you're doing.
Alright, right now I'm just buffing my boot now, trying to get the scuffs out, because last night we put a layered kiwi on it. We normally get them to a glassy shine, if not a little bit duller. Some of us like to have black glass, is what we call it here. It's quite, to some people it's easy, to some people it's hard. Like me, personally, it's hard because my boots are so messed up. But we do our best.
Did you take this much pride in your personal appearance before you started this program?
Really, I didn't really care what I wore. I used to love wearing boots, but I never really took the time to shine them. Pressing my uniforms only on special occasions, and everything else is just casual clothes, faded jeans, white tee, black tee, whatever I could find.
Do you think this program's changed you in any way in regards to that?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a sense. They're not going to hear my question.
This unit has taught me a lot more of self-discipline, because when I was in the other units out here, I was getting a major, which is a bad conduct report, about 3-4 times a month. I was in and out of seg.
I apologize, that was my mistake. 30 Jenkins.
It's just, I've learned how to shine my boots, have respect for my clothes, for myself, respect for others. A little self-discipline, yeah. I know my physical and mental abilities now a lot more than what I did, because I push myself a lot harder.
Yeah, don't worry about what he's trying to tell you. I just want to hear what you think. You know.
This program's really good. It's still on the high rise. We're getting a lot of new stuff in here, so it's good.
Have you worked on other issues while you were here?
I worked on my depression, family relationships, anger management, just overall replacing my entire behavior. I've went through a major change since I've been locked up. From constantly horseplaying, bad-mouthing the staff, fighting in say at least 3-4 times a month, to I haven't been to SEG since last year. I don't remember what time. Or no, yeah, December of last year, because I got in a fight with James Elliott. I still horseplay, yes, but it's at a minimal. I've learned to respect staff as a peer instead of an authority figure, because if I don't, I see them as a problem, because I recognize myself as having a problem with authority figures.
How has E15 helped you with that?
They're preparing me for E15 Future Soldier program is preparing me for, they've taught me self-discipline, self-respect, and overall what the program's for, Future Soldier. Before this unit, I had plans of going to the military, but it didn't look possible. Since this unit, I recognize my physical abilities, mental, and also my capability, and with this unit I would not have the opportunities that I did today.
There's a time that I noticed a maturity in you, just from our past, the time that we've gone back. When would you say that started turning around for you? Do you think it's E15? Do you think it's, can you put your finger on exactly what it was?
I would have to say about maybe 6 months before I went to E15, because that's when I disclosed the problem about my mother. I completely came out with it. That's what was really holding me back. Around that time, I didn't care about anybody. Now I've learned that I need to show a little care for myself and others, because if not, I'm not getting nowhere.
I'm kind of curious why you want to go back to culinary arts. You have your GED, worked in food service. What did you learn about that time in food service, working there, and why do you want to go back to culinary arts?
What I learned with Inmate to Workmate is food production, food management, delivery, FIFO, Fat Tom, that's for bacteria and stuff, the bacteria growth. Fat Tom stands for food, acidity, time, temperature, oxygen, and moisture. That's what takes bacteria to grow. FIFO is first in, first out. That's the order that you move your inventory. Also, I've learned to use the utensils and tools for the job appropriately and write proper procedures in cleaning machines, food service tools, and all
With
that.
those things you've learned, why do you want to go back to culinary arts?
I'm going back to culinary arts for my ServSafe certificate and program. I would like to get this because I recognize that it will open up more job opportunities for me in case the military does not go through for me.
Talk to me about power and control.
He knows.
Power and control.
Don't you think that?
Yes, I do, but I have to live with it. Power and control in me. Since being locked up, I recognize that I have a major power control issue.
Practically written on your forehead.
I like to be dominant in things.
Yes. We see that in dining hall a lot.
Yes. Sometimes I believe that I can do whatever I want without any consequences. And what's to stop me from doing that is to recognize authority figures, get over my authority problem. And that goes along with thinking of them as peers instead of as...
Talk to me about how you think you're smarter than everybody else.
We know, you know.
We know.
You know.
He's not saying anything that we don't.
know.
I've only met you what, 5-6 times in dining hall.
Yes.
I don't really know you that well, but it's very,
Obvious.
yes, obvious.
I mean, it's
That's
like
a good
it's
word.
like it's written on your face and you don't have to say it.
No.
Yes, I do recognize I do believe that I'm smarter than anybody because of my experiences. I know y'all are older, much more experienced, and I try to force what I know onto other people, and with that, gain dominance, another power control. Basically manipulation,
And that is,
confrontation.
that is a big part of what? Of your program, in your STEP program, ain't that manipulation and trying to turn their thinking behavior into, to overpower them, and you want to manipulate that mind control thing you play with your younger victims, because you do have that. You understand, when you're grooming them?
Yes.
So,
And I have a question. Some of your anger outbursts and your anger behavior, hasn't that been a means to control other people?
Yes, sir.
because why? What does it get you? What do you feel it gets you?
Dominance. If I show that I'm stronger than them, and I know that I can get past their defenses if they were a victim, potential victim.
And let's keep it real. I mean, we can play the mind game all we want to. Let's keep it real. You don't look at staff as peers to have for you won't see them as authority. You usually look at staff as peers because you don't see them above you. You don't see them as being higher than you or smarter than you. You feel that you can manipulate, so you look at them at the equal level. You think that you're at the same level as staff. You don't think of staff as being your peer, to have respect for them or not to have problems with them. You don't see staff as being an authority figure because you don't feel that they're smarter than you. As sometimes. Let's keep it real.
Sometimes, yes, ma'am. Another one of my thinking I'm smarter than everybody is I have seen death before. I've been beaten to an inch of my life. I've been choked out so many times. That's another thing that has shown me that I've lived through that. I've lived through almost dying, and it makes me feel smarter than most people because some people haven't had that experience. Some people don't want that experience.
Jack, we have a phrase in corrections: firm, fair, and consistent. Have you learned to respect that?
Yes, sir.
So it really doesn't matter whether you're smarter or not smart or whatever, whether they're in an authority position or not. If somebody's firm, fair, and consistent with you, you've learned to respect.
If they're firm, fair, and consistent with me, if they're honest with me and respect me, I will respect them.
And I think that's a major hurdle that you've managed to jump over. And I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but I'm trying to help you here a little bit.
If, like he was saying, and I will say, if they are firm, fair, and consistent, and they show me respect, I try my hardest to show them respect. Like Mr. Cooley here, Instructor Cooley, sorry. The first day that he came in and I was on the unit, I went up and started talking to him, and he talked to me like an honest human being, not me being someone coming from C complex. Because I know a lot of people shown down on sex offenders, and from that day forward, I've shown him nothing but respect. Sometimes I horseplay around, show him a little disrespect, but he knows it's playing around. It's with you, Miss Woods. You've shown me no disrespect, except for when it was needed, like when the unit was messing up. You didn't know who it was, so you spread it out throughout the whole unit. Mr. White, when I was cussing you out, doing all kinds of stuff to you.
That was pretty regular for a while, wasn't it?
Yes, yes it was. You constantly constantly tried talking me through it, giving me chances, and after a while, I've started treating you with respect. At least what I've saw of respect. I really don't know you, so
I
I
don't
can't
know.
say.
We don't know each other that well. I can't say much.
I've known Pastor John since Plainfield. He's helped me through a lot, and with him, I show him some disrespect. Honestly, I do, but overall, my overall view of him, honest, respectful man. So I'm trying to treat him like that.
Why you looking? Look at me like what else you gotta say?
Everybody looked at you.
That's what you gotta say.
Instructor Cooley, would you like to say anything about
Nice behind.
cadet?
For the most part, on the unit, he was one of our leaders for a while, and he still has a lot of key. He plays a key role in our facility. As for like trust, we let him. He's the only person who can go into our our war room and pass out uniforms and keeps the inventory up. We count on him a lot. Keeping a little order. He has grown a lot since I met him back in C complex, and I feel that right now he's where he needs to be, and but still has room for more improvement on his issues. But other than that, I believe he's been doing very well for me on the unit, and hasn't been getting in really no trouble besides something happened in Diner Hall one time. But other than that, on the unit, he's haven't given any of the instructors any problems. And then you got your GED, so that's another good plus. So I'm proud of him. So
Jack, how close to trusting someone are you?
Honestly, there's only 4 people I honestly trust, and only 2 of them I will take a bullet for, die for. One of them I haven't met for 4 years. The other one is my father. And I consider a student here who's helped me through, 2 students here that's helped me through a lot. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for their criticism and encouragement. That'd be Chris Sargent and Lars Brody. Those are basically the only people I trust around here. Staff-wise, I show them all the same amount of trust as I would show people on the outs. If I deem that they need to know a little bit more about me, then I'll talk to them. Instructor Johnson, he can read through me like a book, so I'm straightforward with him. Cooley, he doesn't know much about me, but I can trust him with certain things.
Do you expect to continue in any kind of treatment after you leave?
Psychological, yes, for my depression. I'm a manic depressant, and plus my bipolar. So yes, I plan on going to psychological therapy. But also, one of my parole stipulations is going into another sex offender program at Southwestern Regional Medical Center.
Anyone else have any questions for cadet?
What are you gonna do with your education? Are you gonna?
You gotta go to college or?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I was wondering when you were going to ask that.
Oh,
I'm waiting for you to ask that question.
I know, it's usually Mr. White's question, but.
I do plan on going to college. I've got 2 specific choices right now. It's University of Vincennes and University of Windsor for aviation, aviation maintenance, and then I'm going to do a side subject for biology because I don't know what type of biology right now. Navy, EOD, explosive ordnance disposal, Marines, infantry.
So you got them all covered.
Yeah. I keep my options open.
That's you supposed to.
That's good.
You guys got a backup plan.
That's another thing that this program's taught me. Always expect the unexpected.
That's true.